Hello and welcome to all our viewers, listeners, and cricket enthusiasts. We are Cricket Unadulterated. My name is Etisham, and I have with me my colleague Abhishek. And we are back with the season 3 of our podcast. In the previous two seasons, the second of which ended in January, we have covered overall 29 videos over cricket stories, cricket documentaries, and cricket matches. Our season 2 was completely based around the epic India tour of Australia, in which India famously won 2-1. And we were lucky enough to cover such an epic series, which is currently considered one of the greatest in the recent past. And we are back with season 3 as the Test summer beacons, with New Zealand taking on England and with the year ending Ashes. And we are very excited to go ahead with this as we'll be covering 13 Test matches overall and other limited over formats if time permits and as per our bandwidth, as we are working professionals as well. But as we are cricket enthusiasts, we are back and we are delighted to bring to you season 3. So I would also like to welcome Abhishek with me in the podcast. And Abhishek, I hope that you are as excited as I am to begin season 3 of our podcast.
Absolutely delighted to be here, Etisham, once again in the season three. We are just starting with the season three, and yeah, as you said, in the last 1 year, we almost started in April, mid-April, and we managed to cover quite a lot of topics in this podcast. And throughout season one and two, we were trying to explore different topics, like you said, ranging from cricket documentaries to the cricket terminologies. So that was quite a unique challenge for us as well to find out different stories revolving around this beautiful game which we love. And coming back to this season three, uh, yes, cricket summer is back for us. I don't know about you, Etisham, but whenever cricket action shifts to England, there's extra buzz around all the cricket teams because cricket in England
Yes.
against England at this stage is one of the toughest place to be after Australia and India, obviously. So,
Yes.
and with England in full strength,
Yes. And Abhishek, one more thing with test match cricket in Australia and England, there's always excitement around as the crowd is very much aware that test cricket is the purest form of the game. They like test cricket. And we, as cricket
right?
enthusiasts following cricket since a decade now, we also, I think you'll agree with me on this, that test cricket has always been and currently is the purest and the best format of the game.
Absolutely. And if we look at the New Zealand versus England, so that will be the first test series, right? So New Zealand versus England in England, and both the sides play in almost similar conditions. New Zealand also known for the prodigious swing bowlers they produced over the years. So very much excited about the two sides clashing against each other. And then we have the much awaited and coveted Test Championship, considered to be the World Cup equivalent of Test cricket. So that will be the pinnacle.
What I think, Abhishek, is that New Zealand have an advantage getting those two test matches ahead of playing the World Test Championship final. But the venue is different, and we all know what India can do. They won in Australia with their B team, almost a B team, and with the Indian side also being in full strength, it will be a match to look out for. And it's, I would say that it's one of the most awaited test matches of the year.
Absolutely. And with the way things are going around the globe, especially with this pandemic, so this is what we are looking forward to, kind of a solace for the cricket lovers to look out for, kind of a distraction, I must say.
Yes, Abhishek. And after the World Test Championship ends, a new cycle of WTC would begin that will last from 21 to 2023. And in this cycle, also, all the 8 teams involved would be taking 3 teams in their home conditions and 3 teams away. We'll put up a table right after this. So, as you can see in the table, this is the format that would be followed in the next 2 years, during the next 2 years. Where the final would be held is yet to be decided, but this is the format in which the teams would be taking their oppositions, the set of 6 oppositions in their home conditions, in the away conditions. And I hope that, uh, like it was in 2019 to 2021 season, it would be as and more exciting in the coming season. To begin with, India would be taking on England as the final ends, and it's a very crucial series. And India playing in England, I think it's the only series for India in which we play 5 test matches, and it is always exciting. What do you think, Abhishek?
Absolutely. So the India versus England in England, we all saw we had promised a lot in the last series as well, but ended up losing the series 1-4. So that was not the result which we were looking forward to. But Ravi Shastri and the Indian cricket team captain Virat Kohli at that time said we showed intent, and all the fans were like, "What intent? There's no result to show that intent." And after the Australia series, we all saw what he meant at that time.
Yes, and aplomb to Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri's effort is that 5 years ago, Virat Kohli mentioned that they want to dominate Test cricket, and it has been 5 years in a row that India has been taking away the Test mace at the end of a cricketing year. This year also, after beating Australia and England, India have taken up the Test mace for the fifth consecutive time. So India is evolving as a Test side, and hopes will be really high. Coming series is the epitome of what efforts this Indian team has put in, and I hope that Indian team puts in a good fight. And whatever the results might be, I think it will be a cracking series.
Absolutely. And if we talk about the later part of this year, 2021, as you know, Ashes schedule has been announced recently. This rivalry dates back to the late 19th century. We covered the history behind Ashes in one of our previous episodes, but this is going to be another high octane clash at the jump because both the teams going at each other, considered to be the next big thing after the 50 overs World Cup for both the sides and both the fans. So even if they lose the World Cup but end up winning Ashes, it is considered to be all right for both the sides and their fans.
Correct, correct. And England have not been performing well since the 2011-12 times that they had down under. In Australia, they've always been struggling since then. But this time around, with India having been beaten Australia just a season ago, England's hope would be really high, and they would just hope that the performance level of Australia would not improve from what it was against the Indians. It's not that Australians didn't play well, but England would hope that they play as good as Indians did, show some character. And if they go down and win the Ashes in Australia, it's always as big for them as winning the World Cup, because Ashes for both the countries, as you rightly pointed out, is a big thing. And in the sporting culture, it finds the heart when you talk about cricket.
And Atisha, one point I would like to draw your attention to is the crowd. Do we have any update on this? When the India will be touring England, so England was in a sort of a lockdown mode. So do we have any update on that?
Yes, Abhishek, we do have an update. Not for the entire series in which India will be playing England, and not either for the New Zealand versus England series, but for the World Test Championship, we have this update that 4,000 members in the crowd in Southampton would be allowed. So, if it goes well, I hope that in the Test series that begins in the later part of the summer of England, in the 5 test matches, some part of the crowd would be allowed, because crowd in England, as you rightly said, is a big factor in making Test cricket exciting.
Right, Adisham. So that was it for the Test cricket format. We would also be covering the limited overs format as and when we find some time to record these episodes. And we have one more update. Manjeet, who was there with us in previous seasons and previous episodes, and what a valuable member he has been. He would be joining us in the later episodes of the season. And yes, Manjeet would be adding some insights in the coming episodes, Adisham.
Yes, Abhishek, and just to mention that Manjeet would be our on-site representative. He's not in India; he's in some other country. We won't mention that here, but we would like our viewers to recognize from the background where he is. So that will be exciting for us as well as the viewers.
Absolutely. And one hint we can give to our viewers is he would be very close to the action which would be taking place in England.
Yeah, that's a good clue, Abhishek.
Let our viewers find out where Manjit is currently situated. And we hope Manjit would be joining us pretty soon in the coming episodes. So that was it in this video from our end. We hope cricket provides some joy to all the people across the globe in these tough times. We hope situation improves
On that note, we would like to end this promotional video for season 3. If you are interested in our content and would like to watch our further episodes for season 3, I would request and we would request you to subscribe to our channel, follow our videos, and please drop in any improvements that you would like to see in us in the comment section. Looking forward to connect with you. Thank you.